How about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. And the more I hear from OTAs, what the front office has done putting the coaching staff together, as well as the talent that they've accumulated for the team, can the Dallas Cowboys shine for this 2025 season? I believe they can. But let's go ahead and talk about it during this Raw and Uncut. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, Raw and Uncut.
I'm keeping it real. They keep it real. That's real.
Well, Cowboys Nation, we are officially in the dead zone of the 2025 offseason. The voluntary OTAs have been going on. Players have been out there putting in the work to better the team for this upcoming season. A number of Cowboys fans have said that none of this matters until they put on the pads. I would beg to differ, Cowboys Nation. Each step of this offseason is as important as training camp, and training camp is as important as the preseason, and the preseason as important as the regular season, and so on. We gotta stop doing that, Cowboys Nation. But how many times have I heard that a Super Bowl run starts in the offseason? A Super Bowl run starts at the end of the season for a team. If a team gets eliminated in the wild card round of the playoffs the year before, they may have a couple of weeks off. But like Stephen Jones has gone on record as saying, player acquisition is a 24/7, 365-day-a-year job. The great teams continue to work on bettering their teams even after the season is over. But the Dallas Cowboys haven't been that type of team for a number of years, Cowboys Nation. 2024 was certainly a low point for our Dallas Cowboys, and I feel that Jerry and Stephen Jones saw the way the fans responded to the lack of aggression in 2024, and they chose to do better. And as much as fans want to degrade the Brian Schottenheimer hire, I feel this was needed for our Dallas Cowboys to modernize the offensive strategy as well as establish the culture that has been missing with our Dallas Cowboys organization for years. Sure, he's a first-time head coach, but don't these men have to get their start somewhere, Cowboys Nation? I know some fans are thinking that he's getting his start on the biggest stage in football, but I may be wrong to think this, but you know what the old saying is, Cowboys Nation. Pressure can either make you or break you. Does Brian Schottenheimer have the will and determination to not allow the pressure to break him? I believe that he does, Cowboys Nation, and I believe that it runs in his bloodline. One of the things I love is the fact that Brian Schottenheimer continues to harp on the fact that he wants to marry the run game with the play-action pass. If anyone watching this video plays Madden, I could pretty much guarantee that if you run your entire offense out of the bunch set and then set your audibles to run out of that same formation, you will have better success than just running different plays from coaching suggestions. An issue that a lot of Cowboys fans have witnessed over the years is the fact that our offensive scheme was very predictable. The brother Jay Tuck broke it down in one of his videos discussing the fact that when the Cowboys offense were in trips, 9 times out of 10, they're going to pass the ball. I feel Brian Schottenheimer knows this, understands this, and is going to stay away from it in his play calling. I can't wait to see it, Cowboys Nation. But hanging out in the Twitter spaces with my homie, your guy, Nix, and a number of wonderful Cowboys fans, I started to think about how Brian Schottenheimer wants to put an emphasis on the run game and how 12 personnel and jumbo sets could help the Dallas Cowboys in establishing the run. If you have tight ends out there that are good in run blocking like Jake Ferguson or Brevin Spanford, it will give the illusion that it's a run play. This causes them to stack the box if they respect your run. And when they stack the box, that leaves the ability for the play action to burn the opposing defense while having a number of blockers out on the field. But in this offensive line will be a crucial component for Brian Schottenheimer's run-first philosophy, and it will be providing protection for Dak Prescott. I feel that every player should be given grace when it comes to their first year in the league. There are learning curves that they have to face, Cowboys Nation. Challenges that they have to overcome, and some don't overcome those challenges within the first year. Tyler Guyton happened to be one of those players, but I feel this year will be different from him. Will he get out there and be all pro? Maybe not, Cowboys Nation, but he will continue to grow in that left tackle position in order to help protect Dak Prescott, as well as holding up his end of the bargain when it comes to doing his job successfully. The playmaker Michael Irvin said it. You got to go out there and do your job. Then pair him up with Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, Tyler Booker, and Terrence Steele. I feel our offensive line will be better than it was last year. Shoot, even better than it was the year prior. Even at the end of the year last year, the offensive line was looking pretty good. So I do have faith in this offensive line in protecting Dak Prescott, and I have faith in this offensive line to plow the road ahead of them to allow Jadon Blue or Phil Maffa or Javonte Williams, whoever the running back is, to exploit those gaps, Cowboys Nation. Another situation that has gotten a lot of unwarranted press is the fact that Brian Schottenheimer said that Dak Prescott is developing as well as Joe Milton III. The Dak Prescott detractors and talking heads made it out to sound as if no one had faith in Dak Prescott, but that is so far from the truth, Cowboys Nation. One thing that Dak Prescott is going to have to do is develop a different cadence other than the, yeah, here we go, because they feel that the snap count is predictable. I mean, Cowboys Nation, it kind of is predictable, but at the same time, it helped with those offsides. It helped with those encroachment calls. Whenever he said, yeah, here we go, the defense thought he was about to snap it, and when he gave that hard count, they jump off sides. So it is a blessing and a curse. It's a gift and a curse, Cowboys Nation. But he will also have to develop with 2 number 1 wide receivers, something that Dak Prescott hasn't had since Amari Cooper was with the team. Now that there's a new scheme and a new play caller, Dak Prescott's going to have to acclimate himself to the brand new scheme and philosophy while retaining some of the things that he learned under Mike McCarthy, seeing that the Dallas Cowboys will stick to that West Coast style of offense. I made a video discussing the development comments from Brian Schottenheimer. If you like to, go check it out. I'll put the link to it in the description. But another thing that I love to hear is the fact that Brian Schottenheimer wants this offense to have a more up-tempo style of offense. He recognizes that Dak Prescott and the offense play some of their best football in a hurry-up situation. That way, the offense can keep the same defense out on the field, especially if that defense has a base defense in the game. That works great for the offense, but doesn't give the defense too much time to rest. And speaking of the defense, y'all know how I feel about the defense this year. I don't want our Dallas Cowboys to fall in that same pitfall that they did in 2021 and 2022. Shoot, as well as 2023. We had a great offense, great pass rushers, great cornerbacks, but we were okay in the defensive tackle position as well as the linebacker position. 2023, we suffered in the defensive tackle and linebacker spots. Seeing this has been a glaring issue for our Dallas Cowboys, why wouldn't Jerry and Stephen Jones address these issues? Yes, we brought in Jack Sanborn and Kenneth Murray, but how have we improved the middle of our defensive line, Cowboys Nation? Hey, maybe they'll have that solution now that it's past the June 1st cuts. Only time will tell, Cowboys Nation. But under Brian Schottenheimer's leadership, the Dallas Cowboys are poised to revamp their offensive strategy by emphasizing a balanced attack, increasing play action usage, and emphasizing tempo and unpredictability. With key acquisitions and a focus on player development, the team aims to improve upon its 2024 performance and make a strong push for playoff contention in this 2025 season. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. Cowboys Nation, what do you feel about Brian Schottenheimer and this Dallas Cowboys team coming out of OTAs? Do you feel better than you did back in January? Y'all know how we do it. We always talk about it in the comments section. If you're digging this content and want to help the channel reach its milestone of 10,000 subscribers, drop a like on this video and share it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan. If you are DC for life and see what the Dallas Cowboys are building for this year and you like it, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdown, or Madden 25 or College Football 25 gameplay. I also want to inform anyone who's watching this video that's not a Dallas Cowboys fan but is a fan of one of the NFC East teams, your man made a brand new channel called The Angry NFC East YouTube channel. It's going to be dedicated for information, news, and commentary on the other teams of the NFC East. So if that interests you, then head on over and hit that subscribe button. It's a channel that supports intelligent conversation and will not tolerate bullying. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. We love you and we're praying for you, Rick. And I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.